All right, guys, here we are. We are now in quarter two, week one, day one. All right, so there is 3/4 of a pizza left over from the night before. So they ate 1/4 of the pizza, 3/4 of it is still left over. How many 1/8 portions are there? Okay, so let's just start off with the amount of pizza that we had left over, which was 3/4. We're going to divide that by 1/8. All right, so we know at this point we are going to flip 3/4 times 8/1. All right, so we can definitely cross reduce here. If we look at the 3 and the 1, there's really nothing we can divide into both of those two. But the 4 and the 8, we can definitely divide a 4 into it. So 4 goes into 4 once, and 4 goes into 8 twice. Okay, so basically we know for sure that we saved ourselves some need to simplify later because we already reduced it by 4 right now. So now we just multiply across. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Therefore, how many 1/8 portions are there left? The answer is 6 of them. All right, now we are to find the quotient. All right, so how many times will 13 go into 1? Well, it won't, but 13 can go into 16. How many times does it go into 16? Well, 1 time. So this is 1 times 13 will give you 13. Then we subtract that out. 6 minus 3 is 3. Bring down the 9. How many times will 13 go into 39? Well, 3 times, because 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. We subtract those, and that is a 0. Bring down the 0. How many times does 13 go into 0? 0 times. So the answer to that one is 130. Now we are going to find the difference, which means we are subtracting. All right, so what we're going to have to do, since we have decimals, is we're going to have to line these up. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this 42 over here and put a 42.1 over here. So we're going to kind of wipe this out. All right, and then subtract, put that there. So we just subtract now. 9 minus 0 is a 9. 8 minus 1 is 7. There's the decimal. 8 minus 2 is 6. And 7 minus 4 is 3. There's our answer, 36.79. What is the least common multiple of 5 and 10? Well, let's find the multiples of 5 and 10. All right, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. Let's start doing the multiples of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so what is the lowest number that is in common with both of those? Well, we pretty much had it right off the bat. We have 10. So the least common multiple of 5 and 10 is 10. Find the missing number of each unit rate. All right, we like to get to unit rates. Actually, these aren't unit rates. So basically, find the missing number of each rate would be a better way to put that. But anyway, to get from 4 down to 2, we have to divide by 2. So we're going to do that with 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So that's our answer for that one. What does it take to get from 35 down to 7? Well, 7 times what number will give you 35? 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 5, right? So it's going to be 5. So we're actually doing 35 divided by 5 will give us 7. So we're going to have to do 40 divided by 5. And if we do 40 divided by 5, that gives us 8. So that's our answer for that one. So with this one here, we divided by 2. And this one here, we divided by 5. And the reason why we divided instead of multiplying this time is because if you look at these, you're going from a larger number down to a smaller number, and a larger number down to a smaller number. So we will divide this time rather than scaling up or multiplying. So there we go, finding the missing number of each rate. Okay, there we did it. 12 on this side, 8 on that side. In a crayon box, there are 5 dark colors for every 8 light colors. Okay, so if there are 20 dark colors, how many light colors are there? Well, let's set our initial ratio up. We have 5 dark. Okay, and we have, let's see, 8 light. So we can set this up as 5:8, 5/8, 5/8. There's so many different ways that we can set this up. All right, so now we're looking and we're saying, well, if we're going from 5 dark to 20 dark, so we're going to do this and put 20 dark. All right, so what does it take to get from 5 to 20? Well, 5 times what will give you 20? Yep, 5 times 4. Okay, so we're going to put a 4 there. So it is 5 times 4 will give you 20. Well, of course, if we're going to do times 4 on the top, we're definitely going to do times 4 on the bottom. So what is 8 times 4? Well, 8 times 4 is 32. All right, so there's our answer. If we have 5 dark and 8 light, that means if we scaled it up to 20 dark, we would have to have 32 light colors to keep the same ratio. So there's our answer, 32 light. What percent is 33 of 96? Okay, so guys, all you have to do is think of it this way. Anytime you see something like this, kind of turn it into what it would be if you had a test. And what if you had 96 questions? Of course, that would be the denominator, because that would be the total number of questions you have. And you got 33 of them correct. Okay, so obviously that's going to be a pretty bad grade, right? So all you do with this, and we're going to end up doing this probably with calculators in the future, but what you do is you divide the big number, or the denominator, into the numerator. Okay, so you find out basically how many 96s go into 33. And I already did that. And so just to save time, I will let you know that when I worked it out, I got 0.34, what did I have? 75. All right, so what you're going to do is, to get the percent, you're going to look at the first 2 numbers of the decimal and then multiply that by 100. So it's going to move it over 2 places, and then that's going to be 34. And what we would do is we'd actually look at this 3, and if that was a 5 or higher, we'd make it 35%. But since that's not, we're just going to leave it at 34%. Okay, so if you took a test and there was 96 questions and you got 33 of them correct, then you would get a 34%, or 33 is 34% of 96. And that's how you would find that answer. You divide the denominator into the numerator. You're going to get a decimal, and then just move the decimal over 2 places. That is your percent. All right, that's how we do that one. How many centimeters are in 7 meters? Okay, well, they actually gave us the unit rate, which was awfully nice. We have 100 centimeters is the length of 1 meter. So that's the same thing, 100 centimeters and 1 meter. Well, to get from 1 meter to 7 meters, what do we have to do? Do we divide by something? No, we're going from 1 to 7. So we're going to multiply by, obviously, 7, right? So if we're going to do that to the denominator, we're going to do it to the numerator. 100 times 7 is 700 centimeters. That's our answer. How many centimeters are in 7 meters? It is 700. The last one, it says write the product of 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 in exponential form, which means we are going to make an exponent, okay? Kind of like if you have an x to the second power, okay, that is your exponent, the little number up above either a variable or a number. Well, of course, we are using sevens, so I'm going to put a 7 right there. And 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 would be the same thing as 7 to the 4th power. So, to write this in exponential form, it's just this. Okay, 7 to the 4th power. Okay, a lot of times when people see that, 7 to the 4th power, they will do 7 times 4. That is not what you're doing. If it is 7 to the 4th power, it is 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. And that would be your answer.